June fell to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Investors also parsed comments on Capitol Hill from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who reiterated his view that rate cuts can wait until the inflationary effects of tariffs are better known. Stocks on the move Tuesday included crypto exchange Coinbase Global, which rose 12% after Bitcoin hit a one-week high. Shares of Broadcom touched a record high on Tuesday, closing about 4% higher after HSBC raised the semiconductor manufacturer to buy from hold. And shares of FedEx dropped more than 5% in extended trading after the company issued a disappointing current quarter forecast.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Partly cloudy skies, afternoon showers or thunderstorms possible. Storms may contain strong gusty winds, and a high today in the mid-80s. Partly cloudy skies early tonight, giving way to cloudy skies late. Stray shower or thunderstorm possible, lows in the upper 60s. Thursday, scattered thunderstorms, mid-80s. Friday, thunderstorms, mid-80s. Saturday, thunderstorms, upper 70s. Sunday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid-80s. We're hanging around 70, 73 degrees here this morning at 7:11. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
It's going to be a good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It's going to be a good morning. No need to whine and fuss. Thanks for starting your day with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. It's going to be a great day.
The Morning Drill Singers. That's nice, isn't it?
Sure.
All right. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hot last
trust
night. We thought, hey, let's go out and get an ice cream cone. That sounded really good. It was really good.
It was very good. It just melted in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I asked, and they were great. I said, "Can you show me?" Because everybody's different with their sizes, right? I said, "Show me a small versus a medium." And she showed me, and the small looked like it was big because some people have like their smalls are big.
Yeah.
And the place we went to, it looked like that was she actually went, I think it's like this. So I got a small. I could have gone for a medium. Well, they only have two sizes, right? Small and large. Maybe that's why I held back.
Maybe.
Okay. I just know it was so hot, and I was eating the small, and I got through it quickly. Yeah. But last night wasn't. I was going to say it wasn't too bad, but yeah, it kind of was.
Was bad.
It was hot. Not quite as hot today.
Yay.
But it's still going to be hot. So it is funny to see some of those people that I know have complained about, winter and, oh, it's so cold. Mm-hmm. It is funny. A couple of them I've kind of caught saying, oh, it's so hot. Like, you asked for it.
Yeah.
You wanted it. Oh, I know.
And I saw somebody's post, it's here, all you summer lovers, now shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And suffer through it. Yeah. Sorry. Like you said, Christmas.
6 months.
Uh-huh.
Today's the 25th of June.
I know. Which means, doesn't that mean no? Yeah, maybe. Doesn't that mean that the Hallmark Channel has all their stuff?
They have been.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been kind of annoying. I've noticed last month, the month before, I don't know if they've stopped, but the one channel, the Mystery Hallmark, whatever, they've been running Christmas movies. Who started the Christmas in July thing? Wouldn't it have made more sense to make it June? Now? The halfway point?
I have no idea.
Christmas is 6
That
months
sounds
from
like
right
a
now.
QVC thing.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Let's see. We could have Christmas in June. 6 months, Or let's do July. Somebody who said we're all in on July, Christmas in July, and there's a lot of Christmas in July events happening. From I think what the OC&T Railroad, they've got their event. Christa, the Meadville Chamber, she's going to be on later this morning. They used to do a Christmas in July thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who picked July.
I'm willing to think about Christmas right now because it's snowy and cold and.
Oh, stop! You listen. As much as I love fall, I've always said I never want to rush summer because that means fall gets here and usually goes pretty fast as well. So I like this is nice. Let's just enjoy what we have here. As you roll your eyes at me, we're going to be tackling birthdays and what we're celebrating here in just a little bit. I was watching. The boys are so annoyed. So we took the boys out.
They were so annoyed.
We took the boys out Sunday night to do some golfing, and boy, it was so much fun. It was great just to get out. So I'm flipping through last night, and on Golf Channel they had a show, a lesson show, and they were going over swinging with irons. And I'm like, boys, come in here. So I'm not the bad guy trying to teach them how to, swing a golf club. I'm like, isn't this exciting? Because they both have an interest in golfing. They want to learn.
Notice I'm not teaching them how to swing a golf.
I know that. You got the one-handed release. So I was like, watch what they're doing, because they were doing a great job demonstrating how to swing an iron. And both of them seemed really irritated that I brought them in to watch that.
Well, let's preface it. I just gave them their dinner. And they were both complaining
bring your dinner in and we can sit and watch this.
that they were hungry. And you're like, oh, hey, come see this.
Well, I just thought they would be excited and go, oh, okay. So when I'm not understanding what Dad is telling me, I am seeing it from this person. Okay, yep, there's okay. Yeah, here's where my hand should be. Yeah, okay, the follow through. Yep, I get it. But it wasn't. And I said, bring your dinner in. Let's watch this. It wasn't well received.
And then I brought him back in and said, do you want to go for ice cream? That was well received.
Yes, that was well received.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you, in the middle of watching this golf stuff, you're like, that's great, but for me it's different because I've got different elements in the way and stuff. And what happened? The LPGA was on. They were
all I said was
repeating the final round
with one hand.
And so we watched a little bit of that, just so you could be inspired. I gotta tell you, I said it Monday, but little Amy over there has greatly improved in her golf game. So that's exciting. I was watching last night thinking, okay, when are we going out again? I'm ready. I'm excited.
It's whatever you want to do.
Is it?
Let's look at schedules.
Oh yeah. If I can fit in your spreadsheet,
yours.
I can fit in your spreadsheet, then yes. Oh, mine. I have like Post-it notes and I have just pieces of paper on my desk, and I just jot things down. Do you ever do? You probably don't because you're really organized. I'm not. I'll jot something down, but put no reference to what it is, thinking I'm going to remember.
And
then like a week or two later, I'm like, this is written down, but I don't know what this is for. Or I'll have somebody's name, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't remember why I have this person's name here or who they're with or what that password goes to or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not that person.
I know.
Sorry.
U.S. home prices rose to the slowest annual pace in nearly 2 years as mortgage prices continue to stretch affordability. That's a story coming out from the Wall Street Journal. I don't know. It seems like around here, real estate, everybody's sort of been hopping with the things, right?
It's been busy.
So that's always good.
I think so. We had like such a lull for a while, not with purchases on our end, but refinances. Because, I mean, there was, rates were 2.5, and then rates start to climb again, and nobody wants to do anything until they have to.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so that's the story here this morning. We've got some other things. We have Major League Baseball. We've got some scores we can bring you here this morning. Again, you're going to get into birthdays and what we're celebrating. Let's do baseball real quick. Like the spotlight's on baseball.
Okay, go for it.
And golf. What?
Do baseball.
I am. Rangers beat the Orioles in 10 innings, 6-5. Tigers over the A's, 11-4. Blue Jays beat the Guardians, 10-6. Braves with the 7-4 win over the Mets. 11 innings for the Reds and Yankees, with Cincinnati coming out on top, 5-4. It was a 6-5 win for the Mariners over the Twins. Pirates fell to the Brewers 9-3. Rays over the Royals 5-1. Diamondbacks beat the White Sox 4-1. St. Louis over the Cubs 8-7. Cubs have lost a few here. Astros over the Phillies 1-0. Dodgers with the 9-7 win over the Rockies. Angels slid past the Red Sox in 10, 3-2. Padres beat the Nationals 4-3. And the Marlins with the win over the Giants 4-2. American League Central Division, if you're a Cleveland Guardians fan, you're sitting behind Detroit at the top of that division. Kansas City, Minnesota, and the Chicago White Sox behind Cleveland. Chicago White Sox, 25-55. So, yeah, not super great there. And then, let's see, Pittsburgh, still in the basement of the National League Central Division, 15 games back, record of 32-49. Cubs are still in first place despite a couple of losses there, 46-33. Milwaukee's behind them, 2.5 games back. St. Louis, then Cincinnati, then the Pirates. The team that's horrendous is Colorado, the Rockies. Only 18 wins this season, 61 losses. 61 losses already.
Wow.
18 wins. Could you imagine? They're 30.5 games back in the National League West Division. Absolutely crazy. Wednesday. These are the matchups for today. You've got the Brewers and the Pirates in Milwaukee at 2:10 this afternoon. White Sox and Diamondbacks. Angels and Red Sox at 4:07. Padres Nationals at 4:10. Orioles Rangers at 6:35. Tigers A's at 6:40. Guardians hosting the Blue Jays. Mets and Braves at 7:10. Reds Yankees tonight. Twins in Seattle at 7:40. Royals Rays. Cardinals Cubs at 7:45. 8:10 Astros and Phillies. 8:40 Rockies and Dodgers. And at 9:45 Giants and Marlins tonight. All right, let's get into birthdays and what we're celebrating here. It is the 25th day of June, and who's celebrating a birthday?
All right, singer Carly Simon is 82 today. Actor and director Ricky Gervais. Am I saying it? Gervais. Okay, is 64. Actress Angela Kinsey is 54. Actress Linda Cardellini is 50. Actress Busy Phillips is 46. And actress McKenna Grace is 19.
All right. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you. If today happens to be your birthday from all of us, I know Amy will be hard at work at baking you a cake for later today.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
From birthdays to what we're celebrating.
Maybe. Hold on. Let me get there. Sorry. Kicked me out again. Today is Backyard Safety Check Day, Bourdain Day, Croatia Independence Day, Global Beatles Day, Goat Cheese Day, International Day of the Seafarer, National Camp Counts Day, National Catfish Day, National Croatian Wine Day, National Day of Joy, National Leon Day, National Parchment Day, National Strawberry Parfait Day, Please Take My Children to Work Day, Reserves Day, National Boys and Girls Club Week, Organic Beer Fest. And that is all.
All right. So find something there to celebrate.
I'd like you to celebrate taking my children to work. Somebody else, not me.
Your children, not our children.
Yeah. You can take my children.
Well, then I can't celebrate National Joy Day.
Not nice.
I'm joking. All right, 7:25 is our time here this morning. Sad news yesterday. American singer and actor, teen idol, Bobby Sherman passed away at the age of 81. I'm not going to sing any Bobby Sherman songs, but hey, little woman, please make up your mind. You got to. That guy. He was also an actor. And this is kind of crazy, but he also had a career as a deputy sheriff. Yeah. And he's performed off and on later in his career, but yeah.
Awesome.
Bobby Sherman, dead at the age of 81. A lot of other songs, too. Other hits were Julie, Do You Love Me? Easy Come, Easy Go. La La La, If I Had You. That'd be one that you might not, by the title, you wouldn't go, oh, I don't think I would know that. But if you heard it, you'd go, oh, yeah, I've heard that song. Hey, Mr. Sun, Cried Like a Baby. So, yeah, Bobby Sherman, dead at the age of 81. I think he was battling cancer. Yeah,
Oh, no.
March of 2025, Sherman's diagnosis of stage 4 kidney cancer was made public. So,
Yuck.
yep, those screenings, get those screenings. I'm seeing more and more ads for that kind of stuff where they mention the age in the ad, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like there now. Well, just the other day something was on, and yeah, it they were like, don't forget, if you're this age, it's time to do this. And I'm like, I don't have to worry about. No, I do. I'm about that age.
Yeah.
So
We're
yeah, that age where it's
yeah.
I do a lot of stuff. But it's so important.
It is very important. No, we're not laughing. We're laughing at it because we're that age.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel every inch of that age right now.
Yes.
But yeah, we're that age.
Yeah. So it's not
It's
funny
all
anymore now.
Uphill from here.
Yeah. But don't blow that stuff off. Make sure you're seeing your doctor on a regular basis, and those routine checkups are extremely, extremely
Yes.
important. And it's amazing what medicine can do today if you can catch things in time. I realize that's not always the case.
But you have a better chance of being
Yeah.
by being proactive than
Absolutely.
reactive.
And, we have guests from the hospital, from Titusville and Meadville on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's still that, hey, we need to say, again, because of COVID, if you haven't been to your doctor, you got to get back into that. So get those routine checkups.
And we're very fortunate in both communities and surrounding communities because there's some fantastic doctors and some fantastic hospitals here. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid.
Yep.
They
And
know
I don't
what
know.
they're doing.
I get it, right? Everybody's so busy with their day to day, but you got to make time for you and to take care of that stuff. So, again, don't put it off. Call your doctor and say, hey, even if it's been a couple years since you've been there, it's like, get in there. It's just a routine checkup, right? All right, we're going to be bringing you the latest headlines here this morning as we approach 7:30. Let you know what's going on Wall Street. Christa Lundy from the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce will be joining us. We'll get caught up with everything happening with the Chamber. Looking forward to that. I'm not going to say Thunder in the City's only X amount of days away. I would not do that to her. It's coming fast, along with a lot of other great events. So we'll get a recap and we'll see what's coming up. Also, Susan Williams this morning and our friends from Titusville Summer Theater will be with us. Busy Wednesday ahead.
The Houthis are not an ethnic group, are they?
Sir, they are a religious group more than anything, but also some tribal affiliations that underlie them.
They exist for a purpose. Is that they've constituted themselves for one purpose, have they not?
Sir, they view themselves as the enemies of America, Israel, and the Jewish people.
So if they are withholding for now, is it your judgment that they have reformed and that they will not rain war or terror on us or the region in the future?
Senator, I would argue from my time in my current role on the Joint Staff and previous time in Central Command that the Houthis are likely to be a persistent problem that we'll be dealing with in the future a few times again.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Welcome to Inspire Med Spa, the place you know and love for massages, Botox, laser resurfacing, and semi-permanent makeup. Now we're offering even more, including laser hair removal, tattoo removal, and hair rejuvenation. Our team is here to provide expert care in a peaceful, luxurious environment designed with your relaxation in mind. And with our newly added services, now you can get all your beauty services in one place. Visit Inspire Med Spa today, because you deserve to look and feel your best.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us, but try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same. But you have excuses because you're old, so it's okay.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Kick off your summer by saving big at Community Chevrolet's Summer Kickoff Sales Event. We wanted to call it the Dog Days of Summer Sale, but that made Clark too excited.
They told me I had to go outside if I started barking.
Save more than $10,000 off MSRP on a new Silverado, like the electrifying 2025 Chevy Silverado EV. Or hit the beach in the all-new Chevy Malibu RS and save nearly $4,000. The Dog Days of the Summer Kickoff Sales Event. This month at Community Chevy.
U.S. stocks rallied on Tuesday with the Dow and S&P 500 gaining more than 1% each and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 1.5%. Tuesday marked the second straight session of solid gains following U.S. missile strikes on Iran's key nuclear facilities, with the S&P ending near its all-time closing high reached on February 19th. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq 100, a subset of the Nasdaq Composite, hit an all-time closing high. A fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran boosted investor sentiment, said Rob Hayworth, Senior Investment Strategy Director at U.S. Bank Asset Management Group.
Stocks today are really relieved that there's a ceasefire out of Israel and Iran, and we're starting to see that relief rally push through. And that's in spite of weaker consumer sentiment, right? Consumer confidence numbers came in a little softer today, but really the market is getting that relief rally. And it's interesting, we're seeing it in places other than the U.S. with foreign stocks having a strong day as well. So it's nice to have a little easing in those Middle Eastern tensions.
On the economic front, Pessimism over the jobs market, as reflected in the consumer confidence data for June, fell to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Investors also parsed comments on Capitol Hill from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who reiterated his view that rate cuts can wait until the inflationary effects of tariffs are better known. Stocks on the move Tuesday included crypto exchange Coinbase Global, which rose 12% after Bitcoin hit a one-week high. Shares of Broadcom touched a record high on Tuesday, closing about 4% higher after HSBC raised the semiconductor manufacturer to buy from hold. And shares of FedEx dropped more than 5% in extended trading after the company issued a disappointing current quarter forecast.
Real quick look at that weather forecast. Not quite as warm, but it's still going to be warm. Some clouds, possibly an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. Storms may contain strong gusty winds. Upper 80s for a high. Partly cloudy skies this evening, becoming overcast overnight. Stray shower thunderstorm possible. Upper 60s for a low. Thursday, scattered thunderstorms, mid-80s. Friday, thunderstorms, mid-80s. Saturday, thunderstorms, upper 70s. Sunday, mostly sunny and mid-80s. I was sitting around 71, 73 degrees here this morning. It is 7:40. This is the Morning Drill. Happy Wednesday. Joining us this morning is the Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. It's Christa Lundy. Hi, Christa. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Good to see
I have
you.
missed you. I haven't been in a couple weeks. I've been a little busy. Sorry.
Just a little busy. For people that like to think, hey, can summer just take its time and slow up and just enjoy it? There's really so much going on out there. You could do something almost every day, I think.
You really could. And I was writing my newsletter article for July yesterday and sending it. Well, no, we're sending it out Friday, so I sent that to Julie. And my last paragraph, I just was like, okay, it's already almost July 4th. And I wrote something that you and I say often. Take time for you. Make time for you. Go to your local community or somewhere that's close proximity, park your car and just walk around. Go for a walk, go kayaking, go to a local theater production, go to a local restaurant or pub and watch live music.
Yes.
Go golfing at one of our great local golf courses. We have great waterways, great biking trails, hiking trails, places that have music and great restaurants, and from Titusville to Meadville and other places. We are just so extremely blessed. And I found out last week as I was away for a few days and enjoying some quiet, relaxing time. But also when I go places, I observe what's there and what's happening. And those people have to be so thankful there. And I'm thankful to get away, but I'm incredibly thankful to come home and be re-energized and rejuvenated and just like, wow, they don't have this and they don't have this. And it's just take time for ourselves, make time for ourselves, and be thankful, be appreciative.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's not an off switch for us.
Right.
I think you were just away. Did you get your picture taken in front of a chamber sign?
I did, because wherever I go, I usually I try to find the Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
And if they're open, I try to go in and talk to them and see what's there so I can maybe get ideas or whatever it might be. So it's kind of working, but I love it, and I want to see what other people are doing. So they weren't open, but they happened to be on the water and had an incredible view with palm trees. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we found the chamber, and I'm like, this is their chamber? That's a rough scene to look out their window and see. I see Diamond Park, no offense, but they see the water and palm trees.
Well, you got a fountain out there.
Then I come home and I appreciate our small town, because traffic was crazy, and I know most of the businesses beside me and around the Diamond, and I can walk down the street and say hi to 20 people in a matter of 3 blocks. And I'm sure that those people aren't doing that. So, again, it's great to visit places, but it is also great to come home and appreciate what we have here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
picture.
Sorry. Good
great
morning,
picture,
Luke. Happy Wednesday.
So what's going on? Let's get caught up.
Just a couple things.
Just a few things. Right?
Yeah. Since I've seen you, we had Leadership Meadville graduation.
Yes, talk about that.
Leadership Meadville 15 graduation, and it was wonderful. The class in the morning did their presentations on what Leadership Meadville meant to them. And sometimes you just don't know. You can't read people. Some people aren't vocal. You don't know what they're thinking throughout the program. I think everyone really enjoyed it. I knew some people really enjoyed it more and got a lot out of it. But that morning we heard, once again, the program changed people's lives. It was something people said they wish they had done sooner. It was something that people said they really enjoyed the leadership portion of it, but they just as much enjoyed the asset discovery portion of it and learning about Meadville. And I think 7 or 8 out of the 20 people said they used to just think, well, they're from Meadville and they might go somewhere else eventually or they whatever. But now they are very proud to be from Meadville. They appreciate what is here. They've driven by so many places that we went to, didn't know what was behind those doors, got to hear from the leaders and business community leaders that are so collaborative with one another and had so many unique stories about why they chose to be in Meadville. They just were dumbfounded and like, I'm now proud to be from Meadville and don't want to leave here. And now I have all these connections that I didn't have. And then, of course, we had a couple of people say, I'm a better partner at home. Like, I'm a better parent. Like, someone said, I'm now got a promotion because in the last 9 months, I have changed my outlook on what I'm doing and who I am, and I can do it, and I want more. And so it just was remarkable again. So thank you so much to our sponsors of the program that keep that program at a low cost for people to be able to be part of. Chanlock is our premier sponsor of the program, and Will DeArmont actually spoke at Leadership Meadville. He is an alum of the program and just said how proud they were as, family-owned company to invest in their leadership team year after year to put someone through the program and what it does for them. And he was a remarkable speaker, did a great job. Thank you to Will. And then Gabe Panchora. And in his speech, he talked about being the board member baby, because he knows, and when he's on a lot of boards in our community, he is an alum of Leadership Meadville. He also is on the committee for Leadership Meadville, but he's on numerous boards of directors for nonprofits in our region. And most of the ones that he's on, he's the youngest person in the room when he goes in. So he's the boardroom baby. And I loved that. It was very catchy. But he's the epitome of what an emerging leader is. And it just was remarkable to hear him talk about how to get involved, why to be involved, and how much he learned about himself and the community. And those two gentlemen are great examples of future leaders that will do great things in our community for years to come.
I don't know how to say this. His parents are very engaging.
Correct.
Right? So sometimes I think it can be difficult for, their child to come up and, how do you make your own path
Correct.
when the spotlight's so big on them sometimes.
Correct.
And he has done that.
Yes.
And I told you at the Chili Chowders.
I remember introducing you, yes.
And he was so friendly and engaging and,
And that's just him. That was not him because I introduced, that's just his personality.
Yes, absolutely.
He was just there volunteering, and he happened to be right there. I'm like, hey, you want to meet Gabe?
Yeah.
Because that was before he won the award.
Yes, that's right.
That was before.
in March. So, yeah, absolutely. And, but again, I told you, you watch the Diamond Awards, and you see these people come up and speak, and they say, oh, yeah, I went through this program. And they just have this look about them like, first of all, they're proud, but they've accomplished something. They've learned, as you said, about their community. They seem more engaged.
They've made connections.
Yes.
They've made friendships. So, yeah.
So I know you already have like a list of people for the next class.
I do, but I actually have a couple openings.
Okay.
So the deadline was this weekend, and people that have said they're getting their forms to me, I don't have them in hand. So this Friday is the absolute deadline. I need anyone who is interested in being part of the program to get a completed application to me. We take up to 20 people, and I have 20-some that have said they're going to be in it, but I only have like 16 completed forms, and I have to have those forms because Gary and I are planning the informational sessions that we'll have with the candidates in July, and then the end of August, Leadership Meadville 16 starts. I have to be ordering all of the materials, all of the shirts, all of that kind of thing. So if you or someone at your workplace is interested, please get that information to us as soon as possible. It should have been by now, but I am extending that so I have a full class. So I know that we will. It's just a matter of who gets them to me first at this point.
So real quick, if a business is like, man, I really would like to send an employee through, or myself, but it's just trying to get away, or maybe we're a small operating business here.
Invest that time.
Okay.
It will be well worth it. Just like someone who's not a chamber member, why would you not do that? It's $25 a month. What can you spend? That's lunch and breakfast once a month. And the newsletter, the new website coming out, the many free meetings that are networking opportunities throughout the year. Then you have 12 or 13 signature events. You have our leadership program. You have our foundation, bringing education to our youth. Like, there are so many things that I could go on and on about, and it's a minimal investment in yourself or your company. For the Leadership Meadville program, which are the numerous sponsorships for, not sponsorships, I want to say scholarships. Scholarships for numerous sponsorships too that help with those scholarships.
If you're interested in that.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think that the Leadership Meadville program or our foundation with the K-12 are two ideal opportunities for a business to put your name and your company logo with one of those things. There would be so much pride to be invested in those companies that are helping future leaders, whether it's the youth that Amy Godwin is going and doing. She just did career camp, had almost 100 kids in career camp for 3 days last week, having more after-school activities for kids, having career exploration in 3rd and 4th grade, and career fairs, doing mock interviews for any senior in high school. And then you have the Leadership Meadville program. I would think businesses would want to have your company logo affiliated with that. If you don't have someone you can send this year, you can certainly sponsor $500 and sponsor lunch one of those days and come speak to the class, or sponsor breakfast and come speak to us in the morning. Or there are multiple ways that you can assist with that, and I think those would be well worth it.
That's great. Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Christa Lundy is the Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. Not only that, but you got a lot of events throughout the year that require sponsorships to help you put these events on, and there's some things coming up.
We do. We just completed our women's golf outing. It was wonderful at Mountain Hope Golf Course, so thanks so much to them. And thanks so much to Channel Huck was our premier sponsor of that as well. So they have some great golfers there that experienced that. And we had close to 20 teams. We were down a few teams this year, but we moved the date. So we are moving it again next year. It was a week where there was a golf outing every day, and apparently we did not know that when we planned it. So we will be changing that. But the ladies had a great time. A lot of prizes were given away. The weather was perfect. So thanks to everyone who participated in that. And then we had a little break. But when I mean a little break, that does not mean we are not doing something. That means we are finalizing things for fall and planning for next year already. We have our calendars out, and we are looking at 2026. But August, what is it, 1st and 2nd, I think it is this year. Yeah, right here in front of me, on the front of the newsletter. And we had a Thunder in the City meeting last night, so really looking forward to that. New this year, if you are local, I remember doing this. I loved my cars when I was in high school. I love classic cars, vintage cars. But cleaning your car up on Friday night, you went to the Diamond and you cruised the Diamond and you cruised Meadville. So those of you that are listening that did that or watching, we are bringing that back. So a little nostalgia for you. There will be music in the Diamond and a couple food trucks, and line up your chairs on Chestnut Street or in the Diamond. Cars are going to line up just like they do for the Halloween parade. Big thank you to the City of Meadville and for PennDOT. We have some permits already completed and approved. Lineup is just like I said for the Halloween parade on Main Street. People will cruise around the Diamond, down Chestnut Street to Market Street, and then turn left, another left, and come right back on Park Avenue and straight up around the Diamond and do loop from 7 to 9 p.m. So check out the cars, and that's something fun to kick off the weekend.
So dig out that class ring and varsity jacket, right?
Yep. Bring them out. So then Friday and Saturday, we have a lot of things happening. Music from the time Thunder starts till the time it ends. So big thank you to Dave Stone, who's one of the people who started Thunder in the City. He announced me on stage 12 years ago that I was
Wow.
coming to Meadville. But he is part owner of Firehouse Tap and Grill, and so they are our entertainment sponsor, along with Street Track and Trail and Bayshore Homes, bringing in a lot more live music this year. The live music is Clever Norman at 5 p.m. on Friday, and 7 p.m. is Jake's Blues, so one of our favorites. And then Saturday, we have the Meadville Master the Mic singing competition, and that is sponsored by Armstrong, so big thank you to them. And right after that, we have music continuing all day. 2 o'clock will be Fred Oakman, 3 o'clock will be Jeff Rose, and Titusville's Joe Thompson. 4 p.m. is Ripper Acoustics. Tyler is fantastic. And then Me and the Boy, great local entertainment at 5 p.m. And Mayflower Hill, some country rock will be the lineup. And then when they're done, we have some fire dancers that are new this year that are doing a production at the end. So looking forward to that for the finale. On First Friday, we have sidewalk sales happening. The Power Wheels Grand Prix. Big thank you to Howard Hanna, Bainbridge Coppin Real Estate, and also Bayshore Homes for that. So if you're a kid or kid at heart and want to do that, it's really fun at the Diamond. And then we have...
And that's a newer event, too.
It was. It's been new. I think this is the third year we've done it. So... Tool City Jeep Jam Dice Run, benefiting Cans for Wishes, a Jeep show, a car show, Meadville Master the Mic I mentioned, the veteran-led bike parade, big thank you to Street Track and Trail, country line dancing performance, arm wrestling display, inflatable obstacle course. A Magic Steve will be there. He's new this year as well. Robobots demonstration and vendors and lots of food trucks. So just a few things happening that weekend that is free thanks to all of our sponsors. So join us. Come see us at the Chamber Tent. We'd love to see you. We'll have some t-shirts and hats and things like that for sale. Then we have some of our newest Foundations magazine, which should be out late next week. So a lot of things happening that weekend. And then the end of the month on the 27th is our fall golf outing, so we're looking forward to that. We have quite a few teams registered already. We will be at Mount Hope. So if you are interested in joining the team or sponsoring that event, because we'll have 36 teams. Sometimes we have 38. I push it a little bit. That just takes an extra 15, 20 minutes. And everybody has a great time. Men and women are welcome to join that one.
And I was just talking to Doug Sunday night.
Oh.
And he said, the whole summer's packed. But if you're looking to have some sort of an event out there, Sundays are wide open. So,
yeah.
But he loves working with the Chamber. And
actually, 9 years ago today, Dale and I had our wedding there at Mount Hope. So it was one of the most perfect days ever of my life, but ever. It was 80 degrees, sun shining. My girlfriends transformed that space into something like no other. Everybody came in and got their beverage of choice and then walked to the driving range and sat down, and it was just perfect. We had pictures out by the waterfall and so forth. So yeah, it's a great space for other things than golf. Sorry.
No, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so excited to work with people out there. So, and again, I know there's a lot of golf courses that are
absolutely
great to work with.
But they're also entertainment spaces, just like Whispering Pines Golf Course. They're not just a golf course. They have some of the best concerts in our region happening out there. This Friday, I know, is one of them. I missed the Toby Keith tribute, but heard it was fantastic. Had a lot of friends go to that. But I know they have, I think Queen this week is. Let me look in here. I know we have a flyer in here, but I know they have a great concert this Friday night. So be sure to check those out and follow the page Party at the Pines. So a lot of those are happening. So that, I guess, brought it to August 27th for our fall golf outing. And then after that, September 13th is the Wine, Brew, and Spirits Walk, and that's what I'm working on today and tomorrow.
Wow.
Because I need to get that flyer ready for the newsletter that we'll be putting out Friday or Monday. So trying to reach out to more of the wineries, breweries, and distilleries, and I know they all plan on participating again. I just don't have their forms back, so I'll be reaching out to those and getting as many confirmations. It's a great day in town. It's also second Saturday, and so there's something from morning to night, which happens a lot of time. It seems like lately there's 5 things going on, but it's a great day to be in town. Come check out second Saturday, the crafters and vendors, and then come to the wine walk.
I know we just scratched the surface of everything that's happening. If people want more information, go to the website, go to the Facebook page.
I need an hour, Luke. Sorry.
Just call, make an appointment, have a conversation with Christa.
Absolutely. 814-337-8030.
Thanks, Christa. Good to see you.
A preliminary U.S. intelligence assessment determined that U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities over the weekend only set its nuclear program back by a matter of months. That's according to 3 sources with knowledge of the matter. The classified assessment is at odds with the statements of President Donald Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who both said that the strikes had, quote, obliterated Iran's nuclear ambitions. Trump has said the attacks were necessary to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapon. Iran denies it is seeking such a weapon and says its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes. One source said the initial assessment was not universally accepted and had generated significant disagreement. A U.S. official speaking on condition of anonymity said the U.S. did not know the extent of the damage yet. Still, the preliminary assessment indicated the strikes may not have been nearly as successful as the Trump administration has claimed. One of the sources said Iran's enriched uranium stocks had not been eliminated, and that the country's nuclear program may have been set back by only a month or 2. The Pentagon disputed the notion that the damage to Iran's nuclear program was minor. In a statement provided to Reuters, Hegseth said, quote, based on everything we have seen, and I've seen it all, our bombing campaign obliterated Iran's ability to create nuclear weapons. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment. In a statement to CNN, which first reported the intelligence assessment, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the conclusion was, quote, flat out wrong.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is committed to providing our customers with exceptional service while offering quality rental equipment. Poppy's is now an authorized steel dealer with everything you need to have for sawing and cutting or mowing to digging. And of course, Poppy's has tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, barbecues, and more for your next wedding or get-together. Need firewood or propane? No problem. Whether you're in construction or a weekend warrior, reach out to Poppy's about your next project. Poppy's Place on the Tenesta Road in Pleasantville. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
For a unique shopping experience with great gift ideas, decor, and so much more, come check out what Titusville Market Square's nearly 100 vendors have to offer, featuring unique items from local agribusiness, craftsmen, and vendors. We also offer products from 4 regional dairies, including a full line of Titusville dairy products. We carry a complete line of Amish wedding products, local honey, and maple syrup, as well as nostalgic Dog and Suds root beer and Fiestada pizzas. Don't forget to pick up fresh Clark's Donuts, delivered daily. Titusville Market Square, the new name in one-stop shopping.
Who can solve this equation? Ooh, me. Anyone else? Fine. Jake from State Farm. Again.
It's the personal price plan theorem. If you bundle your home and auto, that can equal an affordable price just for you.
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversations. Try our new menu items, the T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the new lobster ravioli, shrimp and scallop pasta, or our popular Asiago chicken. Don't forget about our famous burgers or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
For over 11 years, Triple M Roofing has been providing Amish quality craftsmanship and work ethic that you can rely on. Pole barns, decks, porches, siding, and almost all roofing needs, Triple M Roofing will get the job done on time without sacrificing quality or the promise to deliver within your budget. Call today for a free estimate, 814-964-0472. Waiting is what you'll do with the other guys. Getting it done is what we do. Amish owned and operated, we're Triple M Roofing.
U.S. stocks rallied on Tuesday, with the Dow and S&P 500 gaining more than 1% each, and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 1.5%. Tuesday marked the second straight session of solid gains following U.S. missile strikes on Iran's key nuclear facilities, with the S&P ending near its all-time closing high reached on February 19th. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq 100, a subset of the Nasdaq Composite, hit an all-time closing high. A fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran boosted investor sentiment, said Rob Hayworth, Senior Investment Strategy Director at U.S. Bank Asset Management Group.
Stocks today are really relieved that there's a ceasefire out of Israel and Iran, and we're starting to see that relief rally push through. And that's in spite of weaker consumer sentiment, right? Consumer confidence numbers came in a little softer today, but really the market is getting that relief rally. And it's interesting, we're seeing it in places other than the U.S. with foreign stocks having a strong day as well. So it's nice to have a little easing in those Middle Eastern tensions.
On the economic front, pessimism over the jobs market, as reflected in the consumer confidence data for June, fell to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Investors also parsed comments on Capitol Hill from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who reiterated his view that rate cuts can wait until the inflationary effects of tariffs are better known. Stocks on the move Tuesday included crypto exchange Coinbase Global, which rose 12% after Bitcoin hit a one-week high. Shares of Broadcom touched a record high on Tuesday, closing about 4% higher after HSBC raised the semiconductor manufacturer to buy from hold. And shares of FedEx dropped more than 5% in extended trading after the company issued a disappointing current quarter forecast.
Joining us this morning is the President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. It's Susan Williams. Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Morning. Beautiful day out there. Hot.
Yeah, another hot one. I was just the stocks for FedEx dropping a little bit. I thought maybe it would rise this time of the month with newsletters ready to go out. And
Newsletters, not quite on the printer, but it's about today, so there's some news to share. It's very time sensitive. You need to get a hold of us right away. It'll hit the printer on Friday, and we'll be out of the office all day tomorrow. So we're going to be on the links. We're golfing tomorrow. We'll be at Venango with, I think we've got about 23, 24 teams joining us. We've got a great day planned. It is likely to be warm, but is likely to have some cooling showers. We'll see. We're watching the weather carefully, but we're a rain or shine event. Unless Venango cancels us, calls us off the greens, we'll be out there.
Well, that's exciting. And, around here, it may say, thunderstorms or whatever. It may happen, may not happen. You'll be good. I think everybody's going to have fun.
We've sometimes had to, take shelter for a little bit while it passed through. I think we had one year where we had heavy enough rain that we waited to see if they'd let us go back out, but they did. And so we're expecting a great day tomorrow, great fun, and we're really excited to be having the trade show again in the morning. So if you're listening and like, I'm not a golfer, not interested, we do have something for you. So from 9 to 11, we've got a number of businesses that will be setting up, businesses and nonprofits that will be setting up to share information about the kind of services that they have, the goods they have. They're looking forward to having some giveaways and having some good networking. So morning networking. We don't do that very often, but this is a nice chance to get out of the office, hopefully beat the rain and get out and visit with some other chamber members from 9 to 11.
This is also the newsletter that comes out during the month of Oil Heritage Festival. So there'll be some updates there, but the last couple of years, you've been driving people online because it's really easy to change anything that would come up that might, need to be changed, but to drive people online to get that information.
That's right. We had a conversation yesterday with someone who was asking when will the printed schedules be available. We said, well, we'll do our best to get a printable schedule up online. So if people really want to carry something with them, they can. Something that they can, touch and feel, and we'll have some copies here for pickup. We'll try to have a few out. We don't distribute in the masses that we used to, but it's nice to have a few copies, maybe at the library and downstairs somewhere, so people can pick those up. But we really want people to check out the website, oilheritagefestival.com. You can get to there from the chamber, and we'll be making sure that we're keeping all of our events up on the Be Here community calendar as well. Along with links to register if there's something you need to register for, if we have a partner that is actually offering the event and they have a contact information or registration, we'll make sure you can link up to all of those kind of things. And we can just give more details. Years ago, we decided none of us want to carry around a whole lot, but something can slip in your pocket. So really our schedule is just kind of giving you some direction as to the where and the when things are happening. So you can kind of lay out what days you're taking in. Hopefully you're taking in all of them. But in the website, you can get more details. So things like pricing, or if there's details you need to know for attending something, you'll be able to find out those things there. And those are there. So you can go to the website right now and start to check out what the schedule for this year's Oil Heritage Festival looks like. If you see something you don't understand, give us a call here at the office. We'll clarify if we need to add more information. We have something in error. There's still room for some sponsors on there. So we're just, trying to get all of those confirmed so that we can list them in the newsletter too. So if you are either a past sponsor that hasn't yet confirmed, or you'd like to add your name new to that list of sponsors, if you want to be included in the newsletter, we'll need to know today.
Well, I was just looking online, and what's great is it actually, you go through and you see like all the registrations for things, and you go, oh, yeah, there's that. So it might open your eyes a little bit to what's available. For example, not only do you have the parade registration, oh, and by the way, the deadlines are on there as well, which is great, but parade registration, vendor application, Junior Olympics, art show, front porch contest. There's all these things that you might not have realized you could be part of, that it's right there for you.
Sometimes things change in our lives that was not of interest to you before that is now. I'm a new grandma. So I can tell you that for me, the things with little ones have, while I've been happy those are going on, they haven't had a personal connection to me over the last few years because I don't have little children at home. But now you're always looking for something for little kids to do where they can get their hands in something and they can be busy and you can tire them out before bedtime. There are so many kids' activities included this year. Between the Junior Olympics on Monday, the Thursday night children's events. I know there's some other things spattered in there. And then, of course, what little one doesn't love a parade and picking up candy. So many things. And down in the park in the evenings, we're going to have the bouncy houses again. Many of our kind of 20 and 30-year-olds are saying to me, we remember when we were little and we used to go to the park and do the bouncy houses. Well, they're back. So there will be a chance for everyone to participate there, every little one, and that will be free. So thanks to our sponsors, we'll be bringing those in so that everyone can enjoy, regardless of the ages. So, yeah.
By the way, it's not just little kids. Amy tries to find those types of activities for me to tire me out and keep me busy.
One at a time, promise to take their shoes off and not do anything crazy, but just a little chance to wear off some energy at some point. So we'll see what they say. We're going to ask it. So we'll see. They might not like that.
I don't know if we've talked about this. Timeless Tunes and some of the merch is available online as well that you can take a look at.
T-shirts this year. So you'll be able to get those during the craft show. I'm not sure what other places they might be available, but you can go ahead and pre-order it now so you can get it in time for festival. But if you are one of those people that likes to have a shirt, you'll be able to get it during the festival. We found that while we need some for staff and our queens, and there are those few that really love to have them, it seems like a lot of people are getting a lot of t-shirts from a lot of places right now. So carrying any kind of real stock or inventory became cumbersome for us as the host organization. So this is a great option to let everybody get what they want.
This is the legit merch for Oil Heritage Festival, so just keep that in mind.
You mentioned that we listed for things. I do want to encourage people. It's the chance to get somebody in print or in a list, we kind of plan around those. But I always say deadlines are like really firm guidelines, because, often while we set that deadline around what we believe is the most practical thing, we sometimes have a grace period. So if you see something that has a deadline listed, please don't hesitate to give a quick call and say, I just saw the deadline. Is there still the opportunity to participate? And we will do what we can to include people, as long as we can in anything that's in there. But it is a real courtesy to try to honor those if you can.
Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Susan Williams with us here this morning, President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. You're wrapping up June with a great event with the golf outing. You've got Oil Heritage Festival in July. Kind of give us a recap of what July's looking like outside of the festival and what you're planning for in the next couple months here.
Focused on golf outing and Oil Heritage Festival right now. And that newsletter, the newsletter is something that we're working on all the time, but that does have a deadline, and that has a firm deadline because it goes into print. But what else do we have in July? We have a mixer next week on the 10th. That is the Oil City Arts Council mixer. So I believe that's going to be held at the MAC, which is the Music, Arts and Culture. It is down right in the middle of town. We had headquarters there last year. So for those that came to Oil Heritage Festival, for me, the easiest landmark to point you to is if you know where McNerney's is, they've been there a long, long time, directly across the street. So easy parking in the evening. You can park in a PennDOT lot, or on-street parking is free. So, find a convenient spot to pull into and come and join us. But I think that mixer is 6 to 8. So that's a little different than our typical 5 to 7. So 6 to 8. That is on the 10th. Let's see what else is on the calendar. Oh, well, of course, with the Oil Heritage Festival, the first thing that happens is Bike and Brew. So on the 19th, we'll have the Flex Bike and Brew. So that is an event that we'd like you to pre-get your tickets. You may be able to get them at the door, but I can't promise you that there will be bags left. We've done a sellout for the last several years. So that the ladies tell me that we are collecting a bunch of good product in those bags. So as in the past, we've got a nice refrigerated bag. It'll have some ice in it when you pick it up, but it will be full of interesting regional microbrews and related products, a little bit of swag in there too. So you can come in. We'll have a gated area in Justice Park where if you want to sit and enjoy with friends a selection of those, you can. I think we will have a little bit of tasting going on too, maybe some things that aren't in your bag. But if you really are like, you know what, I just see enough of people all week, I'd love to get those and go home and sit on my own patio. You can do that too. So you can come. I don't have the price in front of me, but it's a real value if you like trying different kinds of interesting drinks. So again, that's on the 19th of July. The other really exciting thing here in Oil City is that we are going to be celebrating the opening of the restaurant right here in our building this month. So we're looking forward to hearing from Jeff exactly when his soft opening is. I'm not sure how much of an announcement or if you'll just see people walking in one of these days very soon. But we're going to do ribbon cutting on the 23rd. So that's Wednesday the 23rd, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll cut the ribbon. You'll be able to come in and start ordering food and having great drinks. And I do believe Woods and River will be operating their second site out of here by that date.
Wow.
So you can pop in here and get their coffee, or if it's more convenient to get to the south side, please don't stop using that convenient location as well when you're visiting the library or some of the businesses over there. When you're heading out 62, you want to stop there. But if you're on this side of town, it'd be a great place to stop, grab a cup of coffee, smell what's cooking, and come back for lunch or dinner.
Oh, that's great. That's exciting. And something else that's exciting is gearing up for another round of leadership. Is it too late to get in on that for this year?
This class was a class of 16. It was a class of 15 to 20 people. It's a sweet spot. And that is without hearing from many of our businesses that historically always send someone. So I think it's without question that we'd be looking, right now at having a class of somewhere between 10 and 15, and we'd love to add some other people to that now. So I've been getting ready to send out some email reminders, like who's coming, who's going to join us this year. But it is not too late. That is one of those that we do have a deadline guideline. We'd really like those ASAP because we want to get to know everybody. We schedule a chance to do just a quick Zoom meeting to make sure everybody knows the expectations and that we know who people are the first time we meet them. We want to stay in touch before we meet for the first time in person. But we will take people up to close to the class if they're a good fit and want to join us. So we do have supplies we have to order. We have reservations we need to make. So it's harder for us if that registration comes in the week before. But like I said before, if you're interested, don't let a deadline sway you.
If somebody wanted to learn more, they weren't quite sure if they're a business saying, boy, I think we should invest in our employees or myself or spouse should go through this. Can they sit down and have that conversation with you?
Absolutely can. I do some. So take a call. Hannah will go through the class this year, our newest employee, so she'll be in the class. So I guess that means we have 7 in the class right now. But I'd also suggest you pop on the website. There's a lot of information out there, leadershipvenango.org. So if you want kind of to do a little, checking and seeing what goes on in the class, you can see what we predict the agenda to be for the class. It's 1 full day a month, so it is a commitment. We hope that everyone will commit to being there as much as they can. This year, more than 50% of our class had perfect attendance. So that means a lot. If you're a valued member of the class, everybody wants you there. But also there's a list of alumni. So look over the alumni. Maybe there's somebody you know on that list and you can say to them, what was your experience like? Did you enjoy that? If they said it wasn't great, it was a waste of my time, please call a different alumni. I do believe that over the course of our 7 years, it would be hard for us to find somebody who wouldn't tell you that they had a valuable experience. But I also would like to qualify that we had a couple of years there interrupted by COVID. So there were a lot of virtual classes then. So their experience was different. And of course, the experience anyone has is different depending on who's in the class with them. So, we really would encourage you to check with a couple of alumni, check with us and see if it's a good fit for you. I promise you we'll do everything we can to make your leadership journey better tomorrow than it is today.
Well, and you're somebody who goes through the program by just running this every year, and every year you learn something. And it's funny talking to you or Christa or even me, who I like to think I'm in touch with what's going on. But when we have like you on or others, and you say, "Oh, this is going on," I didn't know that. Like it's almost impossible to know everything. But again, you learn every year from this.
About new things in our region. So besides the fact that, we do delve into some leadership topics. So if someone's out there, I've done all that. I've read all the leadership books. I've gone to all the conferences. Well, it's an ever-changing world. So if you read that, unless you read that book yesterday and it was published in the last 6 months, it is likely information that is maybe being challenged now. Our leadership journeys are challenging. We are working with multiple generations. We're working with different things going on in the world and different opinions and perspectives. So how we're navigating those is challenging us as leaders every day. So getting in the room with other people that some of them who share your perspective and some of them that see things different is really an important thing as part of our leadership journey. And then, of course, the idea that we just keep mining what's going on in our area, what kind of things there are to do, who's here. Like you, I'm really, really well connected, but we keep inserting new players, whether it is people moving into the area, people returning to the area, or people that I just have not met yet. I meet people all the time that I just haven't met yet. And it may be, an employee of one of our members, it might be a new owner, but we'll do everything we can to make sure that you have the opportunity to meet new people, to make new connections, and to strengthen maybe some loose connections. People that you know who they are. You could email them or pick up the phone, but let's make that connection more valuable to you, so that the next time when they call, they know who you are. We've made that connection for you.
And never be afraid to call the chamber and to ask Susan a question, or any of her staff members. There's probably a question you probably have gotten it all over the years.
We get something for. So it's really interesting with the employees in the office, because they're super, and they're really, really good at doing their very best to try to answer a question without asking one of us. Often we overhear and are like, oh, we have a little bit more information you need to know that you can pass along. We love that they make that try. And often they get it right on. But yeah, every once in a while there's a new one. We're like, oh, who would have thought of that? I will tell you the one thing that's been new to us this year is we're going to Italy. Yeah. So we're, as Christa is too, in October, we're making a trip. So I know I assume that Christa, like me, would welcome a couple more travelers if you're interested. So give us a call. There was kind of a deadline there, but we're doing our best to make sure that, anybody that really wants to travel with the chamber is able to. So we will need to know that pretty quickly, because I think they've got to get the plane tickets purchased. So I would say that probably should be in the next few days, maybe by Monday at the latest. If you've been on the fence, let us know if you're coming.
That's all. It sounds like it's going to be a great trip. Susan, great catching up with you. Yeah.
It's fun. I'm on her bus.
It's going to be a blast. Hey, thank you. Take care. That's Susan Williams joining us, President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce.
The Houthis are not an ethnic group, are they?
Sir, they are a religious group more than anything, but also some tribal affiliations that underlie them.
They exist for a purpose. Is that they've constituted themselves for one purpose, have they not?
Sir, they view themselves as the enemies of America, Israel, and the Jewish people.
So if they are withholding for now, is it your judgment that they have reformed and that they will not rain war or terror on us or the region in the future?
Senator, I would argue from my time in my current role on the Joint Staff and previous time in Central Command that the Houthis are likely to be a persistent problem that we'll be dealing with in the future a few times again.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
If you're looking for a professional massage therapist, Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville is here for you. Ray and Rauch graduated from Slippery Rock University with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences with an emphasis in athletic training. Tranquil Moments offers a wide range of services, from Swedish massage to deep tissue, sugar scrubs to hot towel inclusion therapy. Like them on Facebook and visit their website to learn more about all the services they offer. Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
J. Gill Plumbing and Heating takes pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. With over 30 years of experience, our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. Our team is dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Call today to get a free estimate. We also offer financing options and membership opportunities that provide peace of mind and cost savings. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online 24/7 at jgillplumbingheating.com.
Sheer Design is Titusville's exclusive Paul Mitchell-focused salon. This full-service salon specializes in coloring, cuts, nails, and tanning. Owner Angela Saxon has over 20 years' experience as a Paul Mitchell professional. She and her licensed staff offer all cuts and styles for men and women of all ages. Call 814-827-0010 or stop in at 116 South Kerr Street in Titusville.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Lovin'. Puppy Lovin' is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family-owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733.
U.S. stocks rallied on Tuesday with the Dow and S&P 500 gaining more than 1% each and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 1.5%. Tuesday marked the second straight session of solid gains following U.S. missile strikes on Iran's key nuclear facilities, with the S&P ending near its all-time closing high reached on February 19th. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq 100, a subset of the Nasdaq Composite, hit an all-time closing high. A fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran boosted investor sentiment, said Rob Hayworth, Senior Investment Strategy Director at U.S. Bank Asset Management Group.
Stocks today are really relieved that there's a ceasefire out of Israel and Iran, and we're starting to see that relief rally push through. And that's in spite of weaker consumer sentiment, right? Consumer confidence numbers came in a little softer today, but really the market is getting that relief rally. And it's interesting, we're seeing it in places other than the U.S. with foreign stocks having a strong day as well. So it's nice to have a little easing in those Middle Eastern tensions.
On the economic front, pessimism over the jobs market, as reflected in the consumer confidence data for June, fell to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Investors also parsed comments on Capitol Hill from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who reiterated his view that rate cuts can wait until the inflationary effects of tariffs are better known. Stocks on the move Tuesday included crypto exchange Coinbase Global, which rose 12% after Bitcoin hit a one-week high. Shares of Broadcom touched a record high on Tuesday, closing about 4% higher after HSBC raised the semiconductor manufacturer to buy from hold. And shares of FedEx dropped more than 5% in extended trading after the company issued a disappointing current quarter forecast.
Joining us this morning, some of the cast and crew from The Addams Family, a new musical at Coldstock Auditorium, June 26th, 27th, and 28th. Let's meet some of the folks. Abby, we'll start with you. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Abby Preston. I'm directing the musical.
I'm James McGinnis. I'm playing Gomez Adams.
And I'm Noelle Rasman, and I'm playing Morticia.
Excellent. Well, welcome. Nice stash. That's great.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to get rid of it.
Now, that's what, Abby, I'm sure it would have been easy to say, hey, we could maybe put a fake one on and take it off every day. But, James, you really wanted to get into this role, right?
I did. I've worn fake stashes quite a few times, and they make me break out, and it's just not fun, and they start lifting off at the worst moments.
Yeah. All right. Well, good job committing to that. So that's great. Abby, as a director, kind of walk us through, when did you first know that Addams Family was going to be the production this summer, and when did you get involved?
The Titusville Summer Theater announced it, I think in, October, November, sometime November.
Yeah.
And so I applied right away. I was really excited. I helped last year and was ready to take it on. And yeah, I think I found out that I was chosen at the end of November, and then we got started right away. So I've been singing it in my sleep for, I guess, 7 months now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's, just out of curiosity, what do you do? What are the first steps when you find out that you're directing a show? Is it learning as much as you can about it, getting a script? How does that process play out?
Yeah, getting a script, reading it. I at first watched a few YouTube of the musical because there are so many iterations of the Addams Family out there, but the musical is kind of its own. So I watched that a little bit. I went to some local productions that were doing it, but then after a little bit of that, to just understand the show better, I put it away so that I could do my own show and have my own ideas for what was going on. You don't want all that clouding it.
Yeah.
So once that was there as a reference, I just kind of started diving into ours and how ours would look.
That's great.
Yeah.
So James, Noel, when it came time to auditioning, obviously you must have been excited about doing a show like this. What's the process for you? Is it, I hope to get this, a certain role, or I just want to be part of this process? It doesn't matter what part I get, I just want to be part of it.
For me, I just wanted to be a part of it. I would have been happy with any Addams role, truly. I've always considered myself a part of their family. So that's what I wanted,
How about you, Noelle?
I definitely was going for Morticia and wanted her. She's been a dream role of mine for a while, but I would have been happy being anyone. This is such a fun show. The ancestors have such a cool role in this. all of them actually have their own little backstories. We've posted them on social media if anyone wants to go and read everyone's little blurb for their favorite ancestor. But it's really cool. Was it Sarah that came up with all of the backstories for
costumer
everyone?
Sarah Cherry came up with backstories for all the ensemble.
Wow.
Yeah. The ensemble in this show is the Addams Family is, every year they say hello to all of their ancestors. So they go to the graveyard and they like kind of say hello to them for a while. But they kind of get stuck out in the world of the living for a while. So all of the ensemble are Addams Family members from different eras. So we have like a caveman Addams all the way up to like a 80s rock star Addams and everything in between for like the different periods of time and fashion periods. So our costumer was really, and the whole team was really enjoying, you know, building all these different eras. Normally a show you're like this, like last year The Music Man, you were like, okay, 1912 Iowa, everyone has to dress like they're from 1912 Iowa, but which is fun in its own way, but this was cool to get to sample all the different fashion from history.
So I was going to ask, Noel, I'll ask you first. So you hear Addams Family, do you think TV show, do you think like movies? How is it different? How's this show different from what maybe the public knows of the Addams Family? I mean, because that sounds like that would be a different aspect.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I probably would think of the 60s show first because that's what I grew up watching as a kid. I feel like parts of this show are very true to the Addams Family, but it definitely is its own thing. There's a bit in the storyline that is different than what the audience would be expecting. And I think that makes it more fun.
Yeah. The Addamses are normally the family facing some kind of outside problem that comes in, like a normal person that infringes upon their weird. But this one is a little bit more of like interpersonal, which we don't get to explore very often in the other versions of the show.
Yeah. James, for you, what's this process been like?
This process, being the chairman of Summer Theater, it started pretty early for me. And, you know, I was involved in talks about making the set and things like that. But I really was able to delve into it once I, you know, figure out who I was going to be. Thanks to you. But, yeah, I just went through and rewatched things I'd already watched, you know, took notice of things that, like, oh, I could make that happen. I could make that a thing for our production, I'm sure. And, yeah, just building a character around that.
Abby, as director, you have to have your hands like in everything. Is that a fun process for you, that creative part, and saying, boy, I'm envisioning for this scene, I want this, and then knowing that somebody's going to have to put that together?
Yeah, but it's also super fun. So yeah, I had like a Pinterest board to start and we had a lot of design meetings with the costume team, the set design, the set dressing, the props people, like everything, and they're all amazing. So for them to have like a framework to work from, but then also they came to me with a lot of ideas of their own too, of like, hey, I think this would be fun. And it's come together. I hope that it's like everybody's, I think everyone is proud of what they've done too. It looks cool.
Even on the makeup side, we were talking before coming on, that's going to be an incredible look. So that's exciting.
Yeah, we have Caleb Lewis, who has been on television for doing makeup, working on all of the makeup for the most part. Anybody that's ghostly, he makes them ghostly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. They look amazing.
Talk about ghoulish. So talk about some of the other cast and crew involved. How many folks are involved with Summer Theater this year? Quite a few?
I've been wondering what the number was.
The cast is like 50, around 50.
Wow.
Yeah, there are 27 of those ancestors, and then everybody else too. And we have, there aren't a lot of kid roles because ancestors aren't really kids. But we have 6 amazing puppeteers that are bringing to life other elements of the Addams Family household, which is so cool to see. That looking at the puppets and watching them there are many things that are worth the price of admission alone, but that's one of them. Absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
can we just see the show now? Because
Right?
this is very, very exciting. Almost, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Does it feel like it's come together? Or is it like a typical theater production where it's like the night before you're going, I don't know how this is going to work, and then...
No, we're ready. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we're ready. It's ready. Yep.
Okay. James, kind of talk about... what does it take to get everybody together? Because you rehearse in one area, right, and then you finally have access to the stage. So you come to the stage and you got to rework, the space there. I know that's a lot of fun and everybody's professional and can get it done. But what's that process like, just to go through all of that?
It's not always the smoothest, I will tell you. But we have a great time along the way, and we make it all work. There's always a period of readjustment, like, oh, we blocked this here and it made sense there, but now we're on the stage and seeing where the audience is, and I can't see half of them. So, we've got to reconfigure that. But once you're on the stage, you can really start to explore who your character is, and by then you're really learning lines, so things just sort of take the shape that they're supposed to at that point.
Noel, when it comes to, and Abby mentioned, getting people's thoughts into the production, but when it comes to your character, did you have ideas coming in of how you wanted to bring this character to life, or were you kind of listening to what Abby was saying and reading what the script was saying? How do you bring that character to life yourself?
I would say it's a little bit of all of those things. Definitely trying to channel some of my favorite Morticias, so definitely thinking about the 90s movies and the 60s show for sure, but 100% taking Abby's advice, because I smile way too much to be Morticia. So it's been a bit of a challenge kind of being more stoic and being expressive in other ways. So,
well, because if you're familiar with the Addams Family, I mean, the situations are sometimes ridiculous, right? And and you're, I mean, I know you're looking at James and that wonderful mustache, but to not smile as he's probably delivering a line must be challenging.
Oh yeah, and he has some really funny lines too.
Okay, so Abby, did you find yourself saying, "Okay, don't smile"?
And they do smile, but it's just in such a different thing than we would, and maybe not a full tooth. She's got a lot of those smiles. Yes. But yeah, it was really fun to get everybody kind of channeled in on when we do express joy or smile, let's make it really worth it, for the audience too.
That's great. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. The Addams Family, a new musical, June 26th, 27th, and 28th at Coolstock Auditorium. How new's the musical?
2010, I think, is when it was on Broadway. So not anymore. It's not that super new, but
yeah. But this
is the name.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, first time here though.
Absolutely.
So yeah, very exciting. Abby, going back, you find out you're directing. You start putting all these pieces together. When was the first rehearsal?
We had auditions in the middle of April, and then the first rehearsal for most of the cast was May 4th. So it's been less than 2 months.
Wow. Is that fun going through that process when somebody comes in and auditions and you're like, oh, okay, that's an interesting take?
Yeah, for sure. And people came in with some ideas as far as the ensemble of what era their ancestor might be from, and different things like that. So there was a lot to consider this year with, even it's not 25 of you in the ensemble. We also have to give you roles too. So it was really fun to kind of think about all of that alongside the rest of the team too. Yeah.
What's your favorite aspect of directing? Is it this part of it? Is it show night? Because I'm sure once you get to the show,
my job's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited right now because I just get to enjoy things now for the most part. There's a few things to do before tomorrow, but watching them and watching how it came together, and I just when I'm watching last night at rehearsal, I just was beaming with pride for each person. So there would be a moment where the costumes would look amazing, and I was just so happy for our costumer Sarah Cherry and her team, Julia Brown, and others. And then the next moment you're really excited about the music and how great they sound, and that's Our music director is Ryan Carter, and vocal coach is Amy Spizzato from the Roxano Conservatory, and all the pit. So there's just, whenever something like kind of swells up that is really cool, I just am excited for our team too.
That's a pretty impressive team.
Yeah, Marissa Gale did the props. Megan Seawalk did the set dressing, like getting all of the. Their house is a museum, you know. Like they say in the opening, she has a lot of really cool things. And Tyler Brown designed the set and built it. For the first time this year, he built it off-site and then hauled it in because it was too involved and too massive to build. To wait until we were able to get into the high school to build. So it was actually completely constructed in a warehouse and then brought in pieces to the school and rebuilt. It's amazing.
It's so good.
Wow.
Excellent. The actors needed it day one when we got to the high school because it is so cool.
Huh.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's amazing.
All right, well, I'm just going to go there now to the auditorium because I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, no, I just want to watch this thing.
Yeah.
Noel, for you, what's your favorite part of this process?
My favorite part probably will be opening night for me because all of our hard work is done. We just get to enjoy everything and have fun and just enjoy the characters and interact with the audience for the first time and have people laugh at our jokes and
So,
not just sit there.
Without giving anything away, do you have a favorite scene?
Trying to think if I can say it without giving anything away. I do, but I don't know if that would maybe spoil the end of the show or not.
You're going to have to go to the show.
Yes, definitely.
James, for you, favorite part of this whole process, and then maybe a favorite scene without giving something away?
My favorite part, it's kind of weird, it's not opening night. I don't so much like those things. I get like a little bashful about like, oh, you saw me doing that. Oh, God. But I really like the rehearsals and, you know, working a scene once we're off script and being like, okay, this went well. This didn't really feel true to things. How do we fix this? And a person in the cast who's really great about doing that with me is Jeremiah Shepard. And my favorite scene is the one that I have with him, definitely.
Okay.
It's so fun.
I think, you know, there's, again, so many aspects. We talked about going from, you know, rehearsing to, you know, making it back on stage and kind of remapping what you're doing. But then you're thrown like, okay, here's your costume. All right, well, now how am I going to move with the costume? Now here's the makeup, or here's props. So you sort of build these challenges along the way. And again, that's got to be fun.
Yes.
Yes. Not without its pitfalls, but yes.
It was definitely experience figuring out how to dance in the Morticia dress. Because I have a long train.
Oh,
and it's tight, too, along your legs. But, yeah, you figured it out.
See, and I thought I was safe, but I had a pants blowout happen the first night with costumes. So extra measures had to be taken with my pants.
Good thing it's all taken care of, right?
Yes. Come to the show. You never know.
You never know, right. So talk a little bit more about the music. Because obviously a new musical. People may not be familiar with this. What's the music like?
Well, it starts out with what you're expecting. Ba-da-da-da. And it just gets crazy from there.
Okay.
Yep.
Will the audience be engaged? Will they be... Do you think it'll be hard for them not to sing along to that or snap, or you want them to snap?
I would love them to snap. We're ready.
All right.
Yep. Bring them into the Addams Family from the first moment. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And then the rest of the music?
There's a lot of different styles of music, too. There's some, like... you have some really big production numbers, Noelle. Yeah.
Each character kind of has their own sound, though.
They do.
Like, you've kind of got that Broadway sound to you. Like, Gomez is, like, Latin, Spanish. Wednesday is a very, like, new Broadway, like, pop sound.
Yeah, Morticia has, like, the classic Broadway sound of... You know, some of those, yeah.
Which is why I think Taylor went so Fosse with the choreography.
Yeah, our choreographer is Taylor Nelson, and she had different dancing styles in mind for every character's, kind of to match their personality. So it's really cool.
So we talked about like the cast auditioning, but Abby, do you bring in these folks that are working on choreography, music? just to meet together and say, here's my vision, what's your okay, so you guys had meetings before you brought in the cast?
Yeah, yep. And we started building the team. There were some people that were, have been there since I've been there since November. We had a pretty full team by March, with everybody that's been leading all of the different charges for the show.
Wow.
So we've been meeting and just kind of touching base, and everybody's been working on their own. It's really cool.
That's great. All right, the show, The Addams Family, a new musical, June 26th, 27th, 20th. Can you get tickets in advance? Should you get tickets in advance, or can you get them at the door?
I'd recommend getting them ahead of time. Through Cure 8, that's C-U-R, the number 8, we sell our tickets, and it's a pretty easy interface. So you can get them in advance. You can go to the United Way of Text Not Your Thing. They'll help you out. Those people are great. Or you could get them at the door.
Okay. Curtain opens at what time?
7:00. If you're coming tomorrow and you want to sit on the floor, get your tickets online because they are almost sold out.
That's fantastic. Yep. All right. James, we want to thank you, too, by the way, for generating a great local meme, apparently. I don't know if...
no!
So, I mean...
Yes. My face does its own thing all the time. I was like, oh, God.
We're here to make new memes today.
Yes, and that's fantastic. Congratulations. This sounds like it's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss the Addams Family at Colestock Auditorium. Breakaway. This sounds absolutely incredible. So get there and enjoy it.
So excited.
All right, 7:00, all 3 nights, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's great. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. I feel like you should sing or snap or something on the way out here. We'll take it. Hey, thanks.